What did you do this time to piss off the bird app? It's not as much as piss off, I guess, this time. So for those of you who don't know, Twomad died. It was a suspected drug overdose. No matter if you, like, what it did, whatever happened, it's still sad to see someone go at 23 years old. Especially, like, the guy was clearly mentally ill. A lot of what he did was like drug-induced. He just went way overboard. He started out with me seeing a lot of people on Twitter just like celebrating the fact that he died. That made me like a little bit upset. Like, sure, he has had like some pretty damning allegations against him. Like, he's supposedly done a lot of like wild, like sexual assault. Some people say pedophilia, but I haven't seen anyone ever post proof about this. And that was the whole thing that sparked this. Because at some point after Twomad died, I came across a tweet by Jameski. Literally seconds after Twomad was like announced dead, Jameski tweets this: "I can finally say it. Twomad was a rapist and a pedophile. Over the past few years, he tried to murder me multiple times for helping the police and detectives in multiple states to investigate a lot of horrible things he's done. He wanted to take out multiple innocent lives." Now it's multiple innocent lives by getting behind the wheel and going head on a freeway while being high on illegal drugs. He didn't succeed once as he overdosed before killing anybody, so he tried it again. The tragedy doesn't excuse any of his actions. I will address a lot of stuff when I fully collect my thoughts. Past few months have been total mess and the reason I ended up in ER. Please give me time. For all I know, granted, for all I know, everything in this post is 100% true. It could be. It could also not be. It could be that he is tweeting this now because he is no longer afraid of it for his life since Twomad isn't trying to kill him anymore. Or it could also be that he's tweeting it now because Twomad can't defend himself due to a lack of pulse. People say there's proof for it, but in my tweet, not a single person has posted the supposed proof, so I don't actually know. So my problem is that if you're going to make up the new allegations, which is attempted murder on multiple people, you should have concrete, tangible proof that this happened. Because if you just say it, and then say, I need to collect my thoughts, I'll clarify this later. That's insane. You can't just say that, and then just like, guys, the details come later, but just know that this insane thing happened. My issue here is that, I've tweeted this, no proof whatsoever. What kind of ass-pull tweet is this? When I collect my thoughts. Yes, normally you would do that before posting this. Jesus Christ. The issue here is that I tweeted this while I was slightly annoyed because I'd seen people, like, clown on someone who like, literally, their body isn't cold yet. Like, Twomad, like, he literally just died. That, and so I was a bit upset. So this was, like, formulated a bit aggressively. I didn't make clear in this tweet here, I'm not doing this to defend Twomad. What Twomad has done, that's one thing. The issue here is, you're saying all these things, man, but there's no proof. That was the only problem I have with it, which I specify here. I'm not posting this in defense of Twomad. As someone who has interacted with him in the past, the guy was clearly ill, no doubt. The point is that accusing someone of attempted murder with no concrete proof, followed up with, I'll clear it up later, is wild. Here's a funny one, by the way. You guys are gonna love this one. Just the plot twist of this is very nice. Blood missed when he was already outed as a pedo months ago. There's still time to delete this, Mr. Albino. Okay. I missed that. Where's the source? I don't have the exact source or date for it, but it was pretty huge news on here for some months ago. As he went into a massive damage control. It's like, but you have to have the proof though. Like, if you're gonna say that, you need to have it. That's the whole point. You have to have it. Like, what the the more time I spend on this website, the more I feel like I'm gonna go f***ing insane. Here's another one. This is great. Oh hey, what's this? Rubber Ross. But yeah, I witnessed firsthand Twomad's threats on James' life during TwitchCon. He couldn't even go home because he knew his address was on route to Vegas after threats. He had to use hotel room to hide while waiting for law enforcement. Here's the problem, chat. It increases the validity and the likelihood of it. But it went from trust me, bro, to trust us, bro. Like, there's no, right? Like, it's not concrete proof. That's the point. Where's the proof? Like, just, and again, this is not like me hating on Jameski or me, like, defending Twomad or vice versa. It's literally just like, if you're going to make a claim like this, you need to be able to back it up. It's really irresponsible for someone with, like, what does Jameski have? 145k, and this has gotten like 38.9 million views, 170,000 likes on essentially conjecture, no follow-up post, like nothing. No like proof, no documentation, nothing at all. When I first got to know Twomad, it was because we were both making videos. I don't know, because it's actually so long ago now. I started out on my online career by making shitpost videos on YouTube. The Fortnite experience, the Battleground experience, like the .exe videos you would see back in like 2016, 17, 18, 19, and so on. A lot of that was me. And Twomad also. Me and Twomad were like yin and yang, one black, one white. We both made the same type of videos, and we had the same type of humor. But the thing is that when we were like talking, he wasn't very good of turning off the funny. I noticed this very early, where like I was trying to have like a serious conversation with the guy, and from the very beginning he was very like always trying. Everything he said was like a bit, and you couldn't like have like a normal conversation with him almost for the most part, except for some circumstances, right? In that case, I was like, it was difficult to like establish like a personal relationship with someone if you can't like talk normally to them, right? If you can't have a normal conversation, it's very difficult like to become friends. So we never really reached that point, and at some point I found out that like Twomad died at 23 years old now. So in 2018, 17, I'm 30 now. So he's 7 years younger than me. And at that point, I was like 22, maybe 23. So Twomad was literally like a kid. He was like 16 or 17 or 15 or something like that. He was a literal kid. So I was like, well, okay, I'm not gonna. That's probably why. He's a kid, and he's awkward and he's insecure and all this stuff. And that's why he's acting like this. It's whatever. I'm not gonna like get like take offense to it or whatever. I'll be a bit patient with him, like, what, it's fine. He was just like a bit difficult to like get a conversation going with, because he was just like very unserious and just joking all the time. However, that clearly changed, like when he around the time he moved to LA, like in it was after COVID. He had like a boom in COVID where he made like those Zoom videos, which were hilarious, by the way. He made a lot of really funny stuff, but like at some point, when he started like schizo-posting on Twitter like every day and started like doing a lot of drugs and just like went like crazy, he stopped making videos. He was just like off the deep end, man. Like he was just lost, completely lost. And then he went totally crazy. Did way too much drugs, and like there was, good lord, so much. So clearly the guy is having a hard time, right? But how much is that my responsibility? I did tell him like, hey man, just like fucking just chill. Like, cool it with the drugs. It's not good for you, like the typical, but I'm not gonna like get too involved, right? I didn't want to get too involved because I have my own life going on, right? Like, and he's on the other side of the globe. Like, how much can I really do? So I just like, you know what? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it. And that's it. Just to clarify, like I knew Twomad. I talked to Twomad. I've collaborated with him. I've played with him off stream. He's been in my videos. I've been in his videos and sort of streams and whatnot. I would consider him like an acquaintance, if anything, where like I just was never able to establish a friendship with the guy because like we just didn't click. It just did not click, and he was very like everything was a bit. There was something some of Twomad's own tweets, I will say, where he was like saying that he was talking to a 13-year-old girl. He did do that. So that's really bad. But whether that is like a drug-induced psychosis or he actually did it, I don't know, right? So but it could be. But I don't have like proof of it, so I can't say for sure. It just went haywire from there, and then he just like he couldn't like get his thoughts together and make a comeback video or anything like that, or just like a video explaining what he thought or said, because he was just like a continuous psychosis basically, and then he overdosed. And the sad thing is seeing people celebrate it, man. Like it's really sometimes when I see this happen, I see people reply to Twitter like, oh come on man, like this is like you can do better. Take time off and like reflect on yourself. Like if someone gets cancelled, the optimal outcome would surely be that they take some time off, think about what they've done, and then cut that out completely and come back a better person, right? You'd think people would want that, but like it seems like people just want people to die. Like it seems like that now that this was like the optimal outcome for Twitter. That like, okay, he did this, and now we should like literally just have death penalty. Like it was just like yesterday was like a big black pill for me, because it's people were celebrating a guy like just dying to OD. It's just insane. How are you surprised when you've been on Twitter for a while? You don't understand. I haven't seen it be this vicious before. Like it's literally so many. There's so many people. Like there's so many edgy 14-year-olds right now. Just like they see a popular maybe it's that they see a popular tweet clowning on Twomad dying, and they're like, oh, this is funny, I'm gonna do it too, so people think I'm funny, and then they just like copycat it. Because I've seen so many people like regurgitate the same essentially the same tweet, where like, oh, he was playing Overwatch when they died, and it's AFK, and his teammate is wondering where he is, but he's dead. Lol, he's dead. It's a corpse. It's funny. Like there's so many people just regurgitating that same joke over and over and over again. And it's like he died yesterday, man. Like, I don't know if he still does YouTube, but he did say a while ago that he quit. And I met him at Insomnia like a couple of years back. Great guy. Bro, you of all people know damn well it's true. Come on. Blue Stank, I love you, but that's retarded. I'm sorry. Like, it's like, you know I'm right. Like, Jesus Christ. It's serious allegations, dude. Someone said you were trying to hide you being Russian. I have my Norwegian passport and birth certificate to prove I'm not like what? Oh, Jameski? I don't know what nationality Jameski is. I met Jameski at TwitchCon 2019 when I lived in Spain. And then, I mean, Jameski clearly has an Eastern European accent. Like, he sounds Russian. Very, very much so. I am Scandinavian. I'm Norwegian, right? I have a lot to do with Danish people. I have a lot of people to do with Swedish people and Finnish people and so on. Typically, I can tell they're Swedish before they tell me they're Swedish. If they're Danish, same thing. If they're Finnish, I can probably tell they're Finnish. So when Jameski comes up to me with a fucking bliat-ass accent at TwitchCon and says, I am Danish. It's like that scene. It's like that scene in Inglourious Bastards, like where the like officer is holding, the guy is holding up 3 fingers like this instead of like this. It's basically that. It's like I'm Danish. I'm like, no, you're not. No. You know. Because I had just met Jameski for the first time. So I'm not going to be like, no, you're not. I'm there to drink and have fun. That's all I care about. If someone, to me, if like the whitest guy from Sweden tells me he's from Kenya, then I will believe him. It's fine. You know what? Who cares? But it did set off like some alarms in my head where I was like, why lie about that? Why not just say you're Russian? Like, who cares? Like, actually, like, what's the problem? It's just a weird thing. So I don't know what his deal is or whatever. I didn't really look into it. Like, and then like every time James has had like a disagreement with someone he didn't like online, there's always been a thing where he says like, oh, he tried to arson my house. The reason I'm like especially a little bit skeptical to this one is that this guy has cried wolf like 3 times already. And this is the 4th. So I'm like, when he says that Twomad tried to murder him, it sounds like to me it's an over-exaggeration. But that's like, again, conjecture, 100%. But that's why I want receipts on this one. I specifically want receipts on this one, 100%. Because I don't believe it. The only thing that other more sane people are backing it up. But as you said, I just want to see solid proof and not while it seems like a huge clout chase. Yeah, exactly. Literally. Like, here's the thing. If Jameski posts receipts and proof that this happened, and it did, and it's all true, that's great. That's all I want. Like, I'm not like hoping for this to be false or hoping for it to be anything. It's just that I want the proof to be there. That is the like whole point. To me, whether it's true or not doesn't matter. But it's just like when you, I want this allegations like this to be held to a higher standard, right? If you're gonna say something like this, you can't just say it. It's not enough. In a few days, someone is gonna drop a Giga video that'll hopefully clear things up. We just gotta hold on until it's done. Or some sort of documentation. People only see in black and white. You're either on their side or bad/evil, no in between. Yeah, it was the same, dude. This is like such a weird thing on Twitter where I disagreed with someone big on Twitter, and it's not like an attack on them, but it's just like they think this thing and I think the other thing, and then people will not just see what's actually being written. They're gonna be like, okay, it's one side versus the other side, and I like this creator and I don't know this one, so we're going to just kill this one. Right, it's just, it's the same every time, man. I think it's because, like, people on Twitter are literally 14. That's all I can think. Jameski is an ex-Russian YouTuber named Keasley. He banned everyone who mentioned that and erased every trace of his past career. He's the last man, I believe, in any cases. There was a, yeah, because there's a, how do you say it, Nerfers? There's a Russian YouTuber, who collaborated with Jameski, like 7 or so years ago. And it says in the title that it's a collaboration with Pyrocynical and with Keasley. And the Keasley link links to Jameski's YouTube. Energy Postal 2, Nofuckers, Pyrocynical, and Keasley collab. Keasley. If you click on the Keasley link here, Jameski. Again, it's not a big deal. I was curious because I heard the accent and they said it was Danish. So I was curious, but that's not the point of this. I like you and I like Jameski. I can say that there is no point in taking sides if we don't know the details of the case. Hiding your nationality is weird, but sometimes people can be ashamed of nationality. Yep. Tweeting this the same day as Twomad died is a bad thing, even if it ends up being true. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. You're right. Holy likes both YouTubers and it's just reasonable take. Rare, very rare. No, I mean I agree. And if James ends up being right and correct, awesome. That's great. We sorted it out. But it's still not good to tweet this now without the proof. Can I post a link to article about Twomad accusations with screenshots? Sure. Okay, just quickly. Wait. Just quickly. This tweet. Okay. Oh, this. I mean, that's funny.
I am literally driving, but I'm literally in Oregon, Washington, Oregon. Dab. Okay. So apology. All right. So I can't take the damage away that I've done, but I'll try my best. Okay.
I need a subtitle for this.
I at least want to take responsibility for what the I did. Like the way I treated you and like viewed you, this is not like okay. Like I pushed past your boundaries just for like my own self-serving reasons. I made like sexual advances you weren't comfortable with, you know what I mean? And I truly do like regret all of that like so much. I never wanted you to like fear for your safety or anything, but like I understand it's like how you felt. And I'm like, so I'm like sorry. As best I can say it, it was just as if that wasn't enough, I acted like super obsessive after you, I realized you left. And I'm going to therapy, genuinely. I'm going to therapy, I'm working fucking, that's tough, but I'm going to it, to like fix whatever the parts of my brain or just like let me act that way. And I'm like, I'm 1,000% sure I'll never do it to anyone else, but sorry for making you wait for this,
Oh, good lord. That's a lot of posts. I wish isn't that just genuine? Like he made some so what to summarize the video, Twomad made some sexual advances towards a girl, and it made her uncomfortable. And then he apologizes for it. I don't know what specifically those advances were because they weren't stated so far at least. So it's hard to say. Because here the devil is in the details. Like how bad was this? Like, okay. I watched the video. The video is here. We can watch this one too. Maybe they will actually say what actually he did. Spam for Twomad after I blocked him for SAing me, sexually assaulting me. He made a burner number after this. This does also spam me as well as Instagram accounts and a Twitter account. If you want proof, I have all of it. Just ask. Just as you can see, I have all of it. Just ask. You can see him send. You need to punctuate your messages. This is really hard to read. Send text actively at the end of this clip. Okay. Like it's hard to read without punctuation. I'm sorry. Use commas. Be patient. I will lock in help. Then you'll see some effort. Just not nuclear bomb just yet. Give me a week. It's weekend right now. Okay, this is like if I'm not here for you, I'll assume you're just one waiting, and I'll go get help and send the verification. I feel ashamed for the fuss I made, all because I was afraid. Patience from you, and you'll get kindness from me. Just don't nuke me forever. Well, I know you won't, lol. You're her. You're her. We will win the woman back. Oddly enough, I'm like, a career. I've already irreversible it, so win this for the woman. Let's go. Bro, hello, can you un-epic my Instagram and Discord, please? Please, I have cancer, boss. Boss, I have retard, boss. I have brain worm. Yo, bro, cancer worm cell Euclid 973 has entered brain facility. Can I have an unblock, please? I will be nice. I have had time to thunk. I have an idea. I thought. Okay, you take me highway racing with the Tesla. Performance. Oh, I gotta go. This is so fucking fast. Also, bro, how are you gonna say I don't care? I cared about you more than anyone on Earth. It just ain't much even when it's my max. We go racing, please. Car meets 2, let's go. Boys that have cancer. How about you give me a sign that if I actually do therapy, you might come back. Marisa is $400 an hour. I do it once a week. Would you come back, yay or nay? React with a fire emoji, and I'll do it. As the controversy continued to develop, on Twitter, Goldbell uploaded a picture on the right, June 24th, 2023, of what she claims to be a contract. She claims to be a contract that Twomad created and signed, in which she lists out and states several stipulations that he will agree not to do, such as not demand, entertain, or sexual activity, among other things. Oh my god. For the next 60 days, under all facets of interaction with Bella, online or in person, Medea agrees to will not demand, entertain, or sexual activity with Bella. Medea will be required to assist her with demonstrating wild, uncontrollable psychological problems and disregard to other people around him, to be hyper-aware that he is prone to easily scaring, emotionally, or damaging Bella. Bella may use the word facade. When this word is used, Medea will be required to slowly, gently, earnestly process as to how is wronging, scaring, hurting Bella with his behavior. Refuse to process if he cannot understand, deflects, lies. What the f? Medea cannot lapse on any part of this agreement under any exception. Okay, yeah. Bella can exit this agreement at any time. Bella agrees that she will not exit this. Okay. If you got to share the story, actually write it out instead of doing in a way where most people are gonna ignore. No. He's just insane. If the guy literally just like made a video explaining concisely what happened, his side of the thing, then it probably would have worked out better for him. Because as far as I can tell here, what he agreed to, which he denies later, isn't necessarily the end of the world. He made sexual advances towards a girl, which made her uncomfortable. But that in itself could either be extremely terrible, or it could be like a mildly like overstepping a boundary. There's like a big place this could be put in, and we don't know where. Clearly the guy f***ed up, no doubt. But like he just goes insane, too insane. Wasn't he stalking you or something? Yeah, he probably did that too. Again, there's no, like, I don't see any proof of it. I don't bring too much attention to the girl's account, but she explains her legal proceedings against Twomad while also saying proof has to be delayed as she wants to speak with her lawyers beforehand. Okay. Awesome. Great. Then shut up in the meantime. If you don't have proof or anything to back it up, then just don't go public. Sort it out with the lawyers, sort it out with the police, sort it out in a court case if you need to. But until then, shut the up, please. Twomad was on an archived stream for a few months ago, claiming he won in court. It's a trust me bro moment, unfortunately. Anyways, yeah, I think I've cleared up mostly everything with the drama and shit. Hopefully the proof comes out, whatever the proof has. Awesome. If not, then this is really a bad look for James. There's also a clip where Twomad has an axe in his car and they said it's for killing people. So I don't see that could be seen as indicative if you really want to believe it, but it's not like proof of anything. It doesn't prove anything. It's just like, yeah, it's a bad look now, but the thing is you don't know with Twomad. It could be a joke, it could be real, who the f knows, man.